looking at the three of you, I have to say I'm reminded of what most star sons say. They say that their relationship with their fathers is usually a relationship of friends, of buddies. I know in your case it's very different. This is a much more respectful relationship, isn't it? You're much more in awe of him rather than friends, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah. But I want that they should be more friendly, but I think the habit, it doesn't die, it remains same. I used to be, as they are with me, with my father, I was very scared always.
Gee. Why do you think, Sunny, why hasn't this relationship chilled out over the years?
No, it has chilled out. It's just that I think it's really nice to have you see, when we say we are given names like this is your father, this is your brother, this is your sister,
right.
So they mean something, and so that relationship should be kept to that point.
Okay.
I think that's what it is technically. So it keeps everybody on check, on bay.
Okay.
Though a father misses out on being friendly with the son, right. But same way the son can't be very friendly with the father.
Right. Bobby, is that how you feel as well?
Yeah, I mean, you have to keep the respect angle always, and there are norms you have to follow. And beyond that, so there are moments when you try to be friends with your dad and you try your luck. And sometimes you succeed, sometimes you don't. But I mean, in our lives, Dad has given us everything. So the question of any issues has never come up.
Right.
It's just that definitely when you're growing up as a child, when you grow up as a teenager, you need to do things, you want to do things, you believe in certain things. And a parent always thinks that the child is going overboard with that.
Right.
Which you don't believe when you're growing up, but when you grow up, then you realize, okay, fine, because you have your kids and you think about all those things and all those days you might have back answered your parents and you think, oh my God, why was I so bad with them?
Right.
You know, that's how it happened.
Right. Dharamji, you were at the peak of your career when Sunny and Bobby were growing up. Those were the days of double shifts, of working many hours. You know, I remember Ranbir Kapoor telling me that he barely saw his father while growing up because his father was so busy. How did you prioritize with your children? How did you manage to, to see them and to spend enough time with them even though you were so busy as an actor?
It was difficult. I used to take them sometime on my outdoors.
Gee.
And on some Sundays, if not regularly, but I used to be with them.
Gee.
Definitely not as much as I should have been.
Okay, okay. Do you all have early memories of Dad working? Did you all go on the sets as kids? Were you all encouraged to be on the sets?
I was always a little bit, I was too much involved with my own playing around, I was not much into shooting. But I've been with Papa on a couple of shootings and we've had great times. But I was pretty small at that time.
I've been more than him.
Right.
Yeah, definitely, because I was the youngest, and by then, I guess, you know how it is, you just, the youngest, you're more pampered.
Right.
So you're taken with them everywhere they go, and they become overprotective about you. So, but anyway, I used to meet him at the gate when he was leaving for work, and even if it was my school day, I would go up to him and say, Papa, I'm shooting pe aa jaun. You should just give me a look. And he said, Aja, Aja. All I wanted to do was come with him on a shooting so I could have all those good things to eat and spend the whole day next to him.
Right.
And I did that a few times, and then I've been on his outdoors a lot. In fact, I've been for the outdoors of so many of the films like Sholay and many others. And I remember being there on the set, but I never knew what it was, you know.
Right.
I was like 4 years old or something. But I remember going to Ramgarh, which is now Ramgarh.
Of course.
It wasn't Ramgarh then.
Correct.
And seeing all the actors there, not knowing who's who at that point. But remembering that, oh, I met them when I was such a small child. And I've been to a lot of places with him, so I was the lucky one who got to be with him the most.
Okay. You know, I've read a lot about you all as children, and Dharamji, I believe that Bobby was always the naughtiest one of the two.
Naughty, no, it was not so naughty, but he could get away with certain mischief and.
He was the youngest. I think he was more pampered. Everybody he would get away with things. Only with me, I was to be a little strict with it.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't naughty. If anybody was up to mischief, it was my older brother.
Ah, see, now this is something we didn't know.
He was the quieter one because he was the older one, but I was just loud about what I wanted to do.
So what was some of the mischief that he did and we don't know about?
I don't know. I mean, whatever I've heard from mom and all that, he's been beaten up the most as when he was a child.
Yeah, as a
More
child,
than
I have been had blessings from all my aunts and uncles and everybody. But I suppose that's how it was that time.
Now, the first film that the three of you did together was Apne, which was a family film. You know, the Deols are known to be these action heroes. What drew you all to this comedy, Yamla Pagla Divana? It looks like a very breezy, fun kind of comedy. What was it about this film that made you all go, yes, we want to do this?
We did Apne, it was a film where lots of our fans, when they met Papa and all of us, they said that you all have made us cry too much in this film, and so we promised them that next time, the next film which we're going to do is going to be just a laughter and an entertainer. So we were basically searching for that subject, and eventually we got this film, Yamla Pagla Divana.
Dharamji, what was it like working with the boys, your second time?
No, it's nice. When the camera is on, we all forget what we become the characters.
Ji.
Of course, they are my sons in same way. The chemistry is definitely same with the other artists also, but being real father and son, it definitely adds to the chemistry.
Right. Bobby, lots of pressure, dad and your brother.
No, none
there?
at all actually. I mean, the subject is such, the characters are such that there was no pressure. The pressure was before I stepped on the set the first day.
Right.
But eventually when we started doing the scenes, it was being friends, being buddies, being calling my dad Dharam.
That's right.
So it was fun. It was a moment. I used to get moments where I could, be bum chums with him and pull his leg.
इसलिए भी हो गया, इसने अपने बेटे का नाम धर्म रखा हुआ है।
बिल्कुल।
तो सब मेरी डॉटर्स बाकी सब लोग भी थे, धर्म मत रखो कि हम उसको डांटेंगे कैसे? इधर वो धर्म. How no, they don't know whether I am sitting there or not, but they shout at him. So it's easy. धर्म ऐसे बोलता जैसे ये मैं बचपन से मुझे धर्म बोलता आ रहा है.
Now it's funny that you all say that because there's a line of dialogue in the film's promo which is actually really funny, and I'm thinking, Bobby, you probably had a bit of a hard time saying that dialogue. You know which one I'm talking about?
I really didn't actually. The dialogue.
You know which dialogue I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Say it, come on.
Dharam to bahut bada kamina hai. But it was not. It's two characters. Gajodhar talking to Dharam.
Correct.
Not Bobby Deol talking to his father.
When he says it,
Ji.
it has a volume of affection, friendship,
That's true.
naughtiness, and it adds to the relations more.
Dharamji, when you came to Bombay at the time to become an actor, you've spoken about how you were very excited, you did everything you could to meet your idols who were at the time Devanand, Dilip Kumar, and then you became a star. For Sunny and Bobby, because they were born into a film home, they were born to a film star, they grew up in a house where already their dad was a star, were you less starstruck? Who were your idols while growing up, apart from your father, of course?
I really didn't have any idol. I mean, it was basically just my dad, and that's all it was.
Bobby used to carry Jaya Badri's photograph, and he used to call her Jaya Badharu.
Yeah, but I couldn't look beyond my dad because for me, nothing can be better than my dad.
Right.
As a father and as an actor, he's the best. So for me, others, they were good, but I never hero worshipped anyone. I couldn't. You always have somebody you look up to as an actor, but for me, I've seen him doing the same scenes better than any other actor.
Right. Dharamji, when you see their films, can you detach yourself as a parent and as an actor also give them advice or be completely objective and tell them what they're doing wrong, where they can improve? Have you been that kind of
Yeah, I was in the beginning, I used to tell them that I used to go with him for dubbing and all that for Betab. And I was really, you were worried how they shape, how the film will shape. It's a very, my mother used to tell me that मैं किसी का बेटा एक्टर ना बने, ये तो हर फिल्म के साथ जीते हैं, हर फिल्म के साथ मरते हैं. तो वाकई ऐसे ही होता है, हर फिल्म जैसे आती है तो यार कैसी होगी क्या नहीं होगा. तो मैं तो करता आ रहा हूँ, 50 साल हो गए जी के मरते मर के जीते, लेकिन थोड़ा बहुत कहता था, बट आई लीव, अब आगे तो इनको ही चलना है. वी आर नॉट ऑलवेज विद देम, दे हैव टू डू देयर
own thing,
find their own way.
Right. What do you all feel are each other's strengths? Like when it comes to dancing, I think it's quite clear that Bobby is
definitely
Bobby is definitely the in that department. Do you look at Bobby and wish that you were a little more comfortable in that department?
I don't know. I was never very fond of dancing.
I feel कि काश हमें नाचना अच्छा आता होता.
Dharamji, you're not too bad, Dharamji.
No,
you have your own style actually.
Yeah, my own style. They have started liking it, and it has become my Dharmendra style.
Ji.
So लेकिन सीख लेना ही अच्छा था. मैं इससे सनी से कहता था सीख ले यार, देख सब all the Kapoors are such good dancers and why not, मुझे भी नहीं आता, तू तो सीख ले. ये मुझे हाँ हाँ करके चला जाता, but he never learned anything.
And Bobby, you learned most of your dancing in clubs, didn't you?
No, it's just, I believe that, the categorizing people who are good dancers, bad dancers is not that easy. Because eventually you're playing a character in a film, and the way you dance,
Correct.
it goes with your character.
Right.
And there are certain definitely blessed people who dance really well.
Right.
So that is totally separate from this. But when you see the world around you, people around you, nobody can dance that well. So when people like who can't dance well see people who can't dance well, they don't really care if you're not dancing well. They just enjoy the person they love. So Bhaiya and Papa both have their own style.
Correct.
It's like people want to see that.
That's true.
Even at weddings, if you go, you'll see someone doing their style more than the other actors.
Correct.
Because nobody's a good dancer.
Right.
So they're lucky that way.
Right. Also, Bobby, your fashion sense really came from borrowing your brother's clothes.
Definitely.
Sunny is not very easily approachable in that manner. No, most people would be scared to raid Sunny's cupboards. You were never scared.
He was home.
He
I was
knows
home.
how
He
to
was
do it. He used to take up the shirts, next day putting his perfume on that, hang it back, so that he should not come to it is used or not used.
I used to put his cologne on, so no one knew someone else had worn it. Plus, he was working, and I had all the time to go into his wardrobe and check it out. I used to take Dad's clothes also.
So and now I believe occasionally he borrows yours?
Sometimes, yeah, when it comes to some formal wear, but I don't know why.
I have a little game for the three of you. It's actually a really fun game, I hope. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a few clues basically, and you're going to tell me who this description fits. Who's the naughtiest of the three?
It's me.
So that's unanimous, yeah? Everyone feels that way? Okay. Who's the one with the best sense of humor?
Again, it's me.
No, but he has. He's got greater sense of humor.
One should be witty. He too have once, so he was not at home. He's very good in mechanical things, fixing the TV and this and that. So his mom asked, "Where is your brother?" कहते किसी का टीवी ठीक करने क्या होगा? So it's a bit.
Right, to say the right thing at the right time. Correct. Who's the most disciplined of the three?
Bhaiya. Definitely. Disciplined, my dad is also, but the most disciplined is Sunny Bhaiya.
Okay. The most good looking?
I think Dad.
No, I don't know. They say.
You're the best, Papa. Okay, now enough.
बेटे तो हमेशा बाप को खूबसूरत लगते हैं यार.
Correct.
They are handsome. I think in the industry they stand out very, very well. But as a Sardar, he looks, I think, the most handsome Sardar in our industry. They are handsome boys.
I'm sure they have you to thank for that, of course. Yeah. The most shy of the three?
Shy. Sunny is shy.
I think that was a simple one.
Sunny is shy.
The one with the worst temper? I would think.
Temper
we are short-tempered.
Right.
Papa and me are short-tempered. Bhaiya's temper doesn't end.
That's right. You have that reputation.
He hardly loses, but when he loses,
everyone has to hide it.
Then.
Okay. The most talkative of the three?
Papa.
Talkative man, because I keep telling them do this, do that, and be like this, be like that. So that naturally I am more talkative.
Papa has always so many things to say to us. Not from that point of view.
Also, he's also much more outgoing of the three.
Yeah, he's always been.
And finally, the one with the biggest heart.
The family is big, बहुत बड़े दिल वाले ये. And they go out of the way even.
The trend starts from here.
I suppose, yes. This is something you're famous for.
And I'm happy they're like that. It came to me from my mother.
Correct.
I think it's God's great blessing to give.
True.
When you give, you definitely get.
Of course. Finally, I want to ask you all, in today's day and age when, people are increasingly setting up single unit families, what is the secret? What is the formula behind being this big extended family, joint family that lives together?
I think it's just the way we are. There's no explanation.
No,
there's no formula.
It came to me from my mother.
Gee.
I left Sahnewal with the feeling we all will be together, my brothers, sisters, whosoever we be. This is my basic feeling that we should live together, and my love is so much for them. And we feel all that we are there is a sort of protection for each other.
Correct.
Somebody is there to look after if one is not there. Children are being looked after by somebody else. So it's very cozy, protected sort of thing. Warm place.
True.
There is warm. But let's see how it goes on further.
Of course.